Welcome back. Today on Real Reviews, we are here with the Black Decker Alligator chainsaw. We're going to actually be trying to trim some of these trees from touching the screen room. So we'll see if we can get through it with this. If not, we might have to bring out a chainsaw as well. So we'll see how that goes. But just to let you guys know, a little disclaimer, I'm not a professional, so don't try anything that I'm doing right now. I'm not teaching you anything. I'm just showing you the Black Decker Alligator. All right, so let's see how this thing works. First of all, this is kind of like a scissoring action right here. And in order to use it, you actually have to press both buttons. There's two buttons, one on each handle. You press them both, and it turns on. If you just press one, it's not going to turn on. The other, it's not going to turn on either. So we're going to go ahead and try to start with this branch right here. Let's see how this works. So this is a little bit tricky to use. So you really have to have the blade on the top. You can't just do it any direction. I'm thinking you could just go in and do any direction, guys, but it doesn't work that way. So really the blade has to be on the top going through it in order to have the weight of the chainsaw or the weight of this little mini chainsaw on top of it. So kind of like this from the top down. That's the way that you want to do it. And then it really works well. There you go. So that's what I was failing to do before. And it works pretty good to cut that. All right, let's go ahead and cut this thing up a little bit more. Get out of the way. Woo, there we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for this bigger one. First, let's chop this little branch right here out the way. This is definitely nice for chopping some little branches down. I don't know if it's going to be able to get through anything too thick, but we'll see. This is a little bit thicker one right here, so we're going to try this piece first, see how it works. Not bad. Look at that cut. Nice cut on that. Pretty good. All right, so we'll go for this one next. Look at that. Here we go. Keep on going, guys. That really just went right through it like butter. Once you know how to use this thing, it does work really well. All right, tree. You getting the best of me? All right, now this one looks kind of dead right here. So we're going to actually go down to the next bulb because really you're supposed to cut above the bulb supposedly so the tree can grow back again. I don't know how clean my cuts are, so that may or may not work. So we're going to cut this one down a little bit lower here. Very nice. This thing does do a great job, let me tell you. Almost like having a pair of scissors to cut your trees with. Really cool. All right, so where are we at? So over here, we got to get it above here. And this thing doesn't seem to be getting clogged up or anything. Look how big this hole is right here to let the wood shavings out. That's why it's not getting clogged up. All right, let's go ahead and go with this one over here next. All right, so we got one left of this tree. This is a nice thicker one right here. So let's see how this goes. Whoa, timber. Pretty easy. Look at that giant pile of stuff we did. Got all of that down pretty much. Look at that. Really, really nice. We have a nasty little weed right here in the back. Let's go ahead and chop that. Let's get through here. The only problem with this is you really start to hurt your hand after a while. So like my hand right here, my palm is killing me from holding these two things. The other chainsaw is like a little bit better, a little bit different because you got the handle and you have the piece over here that you're holding it by. And I think it gives you a little bit better, ability to like hold it for longer because this really is starting to get to my hands right now. It does a good job, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do a huge area with this, even if it's just little branches, because you're going to get exhausted. My hands are just like, I can barely even move them anymore. That's only after a few minutes doing this. All right, let's see how strong this thing is if we can get through this tree at all. Wow, it really did a good job there. It just like went all the way through it pretty much.
You can probably cut it a little further. It's not coming down yet. It's almost there.
Whoa, that was crazy. That thing just chopped right through it. Look at that. Unbelievable. I guess this isn't a very strong tree. Wow, look at that piece. That thing was huge. So basically, you can only cut branches that are as thick as this blade. So this blade is only about, I don't know, a few inches thick. So you can't really go through a tree branch or a tree that's any bigger than this blade unless you go from one side and go from the other side. So it cuts through it like nothing, but it won't go all the way through because this is actually thicker than the machine itself, as you can see. So there's no way it's going to go through that. So that's the limitations of the Alligator right there, as you saw. But this is great. This Black Decker Alligator, I definitely recommend it if you're going to be cutting some small stuff like we just did earlier. You're going to be trimming some little trees, some little hedges, some weeds that are growing all around like that. I mean, anything that's the size of this blade or smaller, it'll go through it like butter pretty much. So you want to start from the top like this and then go straight down into it at an angle, and it'll just chop it right off like scissors. So for example, once again, like this branch right here, that's it. It's that easy. Very nice. So I guess when the tree is laying like that, if you go up from the bottom into it, it allows it to cut much easier. If you try to go down from the top, then basically I just did that before and I got the blade completely stuck in there and I had to take this thing apart and fix it. So don't do that. Go from underneath it if it's laying down like this, and it makes it a lot easier. There we go. Look at that. Nicely chopped. Oregon 1500. This thing rocks, guys. This thing really rocks. All right, so here's the finished product. We got through all of those trees between the Oregon chainsaw, the 1500, and the Black Decker Alligator. Check it out, guys. This went through everything like butter. That Oregon 1500 chainsaw is just really, really great. It's a great chainsaw. We got down all of the stuff we needed to get down, and we are done. Job well done. Thanks, Oregon. Thanks, Black Decker. So I really like the Black Decker Alligator. It is really great for cutting small branches that are smaller than the blade, since this piece kind of blocks you from going any higher. But the Oregon 1500 is also a great electric chainsaw, and this one was able to get us through this entire big branch right here. So bigger branches, you're definitely going to want to use a chainsaw. Smaller branches, you could definitely get by with the Black Decker Alligator. I recommend both of these machines right here. I've used both of them, obviously, and I like them both. So if you're interested in purchasing either one of these, I will have links in the description for both. And if you would like to support the channel, please be sure to use my links, as anything you purchase does generate a small revenue for the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you never miss another video on Real Reviews. See you guys next time.